Welcome to the Weather Guru podcast for March the 13th, 2024. It is Wednesday midweek. You're currently looking at the current surface map here, and you can see the Intermountain West is already picking up some snowfall here. But most of the majority of the heaviest snowfall has been towards Cheyenne, Wyoming, and up north on I-25, and also over toward Yellowstone National Park and up into the Tetons and Wasatch Mountains up there in Montana. Now, this is going to set the change because Denver, Colorado, for our friends out there on the Front Range, they're going to be looking at the biggest storm in 3 years. Denver snow totals could, quote, be up to a foot or more possible, sometimes up to 2 feet of snow is possible. And some of these areas like Highway 36 going up toward Boulder, Colorado, and just to the west of Boulder, and also Denver and I-25 heading south towards before you get to Colorado Springs. So this is going to be very a heavy, wet snow. It's going to bring power outages and closure. So if you're in the Denver Front Range area, please check on your flights if you're leaving out of DIA. Although DIA is going to get a lesser amount because it's a little bit east of the Front Range, but you're going to get totals that are going to be could cause some delays out there for the folks in Denver. And what's interesting too is that there's going to be an upslope snowfall as previous systems have not been that way. And so we have to look at the totals. So you're looking at 26 inches in Evergreen, 22 inches in Deckers, 20 inches in the Loveland ski area up in I-70 there, and some of the passes up there, you're looking at Eldora, 37 inches, some of the areas up there. Even Denver itself was getting a foot of snow, at least 13 inches downtown, 14 in Aurora, Colorado. And so the numbers drop off as you head up to the eastern Colorado plains. As you can see, Fort Morgan's only getting 1.5 inches. Limon is only getting 3 inches. So it drops off. It's just that the bullseye is that middle Denver corridor, I-25 heading towards, and I-70 heading out towards Golden and some of the foothills, Golden, Dillon, Evergreen, out that way. That's where you can see huge totals of snow. So I just want to bring that to your attention. And National Weather Service has aptly already issued hazards as we expected for the winter storm warnings in effect in the pink here for all of I-25 corridor from Boulder, Fort Collins, Denver, down through the International Airport and down through Colorado Springs and all of those areas, Pueblo, etc. In the Raton Pass. So you can see that there. That's going to be the big highlight story going into Thursday and Friday. It's this snowstorm. So make sure you get everything prepared for your house and your property. Now, red flag warnings continue in western Texas, of course, the Panhandle, Amarillo, the Pampa, to the Red River Valley, over toward Oklahoma now, extending into the Panhandle of Oklahoma here, Enid, and some of the other areas of Oklahoma. This is because it's dry, humidity, humidity is around 20% or less, and then you got winds, and you got, this is a combination of that, so burn ban is probably in place. Please don't do any open burning in that area. Now, east has been pretty quiet so far. Beautiful days. Above average temperatures both in the southeast, northeast, and upper Midwest, the Ohio Valley. Excellent day, and it will be continue that way tomorrow before we come back to reality next week, this coming weekend, with more temperatures, more seasonal, of course. Now, we do have those winter storm warnings and watches in effect there, as you can see, and a severe thunderstorm watch is in effect now. So be very careful if you come along I-70 from St. Louis down through Festus, Champaign, Springdale, Carbondale, Illinois, down through those areas along I-70 to the west of St. Louis and south of St. Louis. You have a severe thunderstorm warning, a little cluster of energy pulling up through there that you want to be very careful of. Now you can see it on the radar here. We have the current radar here. And you can see these snow showers continuing through the Intermountain West, right? And we also have a little bit of energy coming through Chicago and Milwaukee. Some of that's not reaching the ground. It's very light rain and down here. But you can see St. Louis down here resuming south of St. Louis here on Interstate 55 coming through Festus there, south there of St. Louis, south of town. These heavy storms here, and this can produce some hail here. And this is what it is here. This heavy core is getting ready to roll over 55 and US 61 here, just south of town. So if you're coming through Festus, Park Hills, Farmington, you want to be careful there, just south of the St. Louis metro there, for those storms that I just showed you outline warning. But elsewhere today has been a beautiful day, and as we advance the models here, the GFS model, you can see that we're gonna have some periods of storminess, but no really surge of cold air. We're gonna be in this coming week here. You can see a storm coming through the Ohio Valley. Like I said, in the upper Midwest, it's all rain. The only places that are gonna get snow is that in the Intermountain West, of course, the Rockies, and then maybe the northern tier of the Northeast, like Maine and the Green and White Mountains of Vermont and New Hampshire, as you can see here, in the next 12 to 24 hours or 48 hours. So we're not looking at a real push of cold air, just kind of like a return to reality. So that's good news. But this is what we've been facing for the couple of days for the duration of this storm. And as you can see appropriately, like I said, we have those warnings in place. And with the surface low too as well, we don't have any strong fronts. We have this kind of trough that's coming through, surface trough and upslope flow. This kind of piece of energy is coming through the Rockies, and it's going to be ejecting into the plains. But that's that's going to mostly bring rain for places like St. Louis, Oklahoma City, places Dallas, Fort Worth, stuff like that, instead of snowfall had it been an Arctic polar plunge that we're used to seeing during the late winter time frame. So moving from El Nino to La Nina, and that means a more wetter, cooler weather period for most of the Northeast, Southeast, and the Sunbelt states below Oklahoma, of course, obviously. So this has been your Weather Guru update. Please be sure to subscribe to this channel. Thank you for your support and your comments, and I'll see you in the next episode.